Welcome to another exciting edition of Midnight Chillers.
Night Chillers.
On location, this time we're going back to the Rancho Bowl with my new co-host buddy, Laura Reddington.
Hello.
We are here to talk about Rancho Bowl and the beautiful place this is and the ghosts and the spookiness.
Ghost of Rancho Bowl.
We saw it recently when we were getting ready.
Yeah, he was getting us ready to go bowling. Like he was taking care of our pins in the back. Really good, solid apparition.
Yeah, we've been
All
here.
around.
We've been here before. This is guy decided to come back to talk about the history of Rancho Bowl. And this place is a staple for Santa Maria community because people come here. It's a great alternative, like I was saying, to staying at home with your cell phone doing this.
Yeah, or playing video games.
Or just ignoring
it's great to be out in the public.
Yeah, it's just like we're extroverts, right?
Oh, huh? No, introvert. No, I'll be in the house all day.
Me too.
Like, I can play the part of an extrovert very well, but you can catch me on the inside.
No, I'm usually inside on the couch watching Mr. Science Theater 3000. Speaking of which, today's movie is the first one that Mike Nelson hosted, who is the second host for Mr. Science Theater 2000. This is The Brain That Wouldn't Die, the story of a man who's engaged. He's his fiance, right?
Fiance.
His fiance. And she gets into an accident, and he tries to save her by doing stuff that it would get him kicked out of medical school.
Or disbarred as a doctor.
Yeah.
Surgeon.
He's a surgeon, and he's trying to make this miracle, thing to do transplants, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, but think like your mad scientist surgeon. This is what this guy's into.
Yeah, this guy has a monster in his closet.
He does, in fact.
It's like, why? Why is that thing there? That's what I think about watching it. So why would you keep that? Well, the machine all by itself.
See?
It's a ghost.
It's a ghost. I love it.
Like, this is awesome.
It's like, are you guys ready to bowl now? And I'm like, yes.
Strike!
If you like to see very, very terrible people bowling, that's me bowling.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the
I
best
average about 56 points per game.
Okay, well, hey, I can probably scrape together 40 points, I guess.
Yeah, but I use bumpers, so that's still my fault.
Catch me at the pool table.
Yeah, we
I'd
do the
rather
pool
play
table
pool.
great.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we do good at pool.
Oh yeah, I'm scary at pool.
Yeah.
Depending on how many beers I've had.
Yeah,
The more I have, the less good I get.
me too. Speaking of beautiful, let's hear a joke. You ready for a joke?
Oh, always ready for a joke.
Alright. This young man goes on a date for the first time, and he has to meet his date's father. So the father and the boy sit down, and the father says, "No, I want to tell you something about my daughter. She really likes to screw." And the boy's like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, she loves to screw all the time. It's one of her favorite things to do. She loves to screw. If she could screw all day, she would screw all day." And the boy's like, "Yeah,
He's starting to get into it.
yeah, all right."
Speaking his language, my man.
So they leave, and a couple hours later, the daughter comes home really mad. She goes, "Damn it, Dad, it's not the screw, it's the twist."
It's the twist. Get do the twist. I can't do the twist.
I can't either.
I failed. Failed miserably.
That was a good joke, though.
Yes, solid.
That's a family-friendly joke. Alright. So, let's go to the movie and we're back at the break.
Enjoy.
Enjoy Brain That Wouldn't Die. Auf Wiedersehen. That was cool. We got it on camera.
Indeed, just okay. That's.
Let me die. Let me die.
Or keep it locked. Last night it got.
What the middle ground, guys? What did you think of that car crash scene where the guy just pulls his wife's head out of the fire and just runs around with it like
I thought it was eloquently done. Like I guess what I was saying, the appearance of the speed aspect of him speeding to his little laboratory was done very well. Like, and then of course, the one hand slowly stretches up and then back down. And he's like, "Oh, here's a present. I must take this with me now."
How do I explain this? Oh no! Oh my God! What have I done? What have I done?
Oh, new project. That's what I've done.
Yes. Turning into Bob Vila.
He's like, "Oh, this is what I've been preparing for. It's like game day, and I've been like on the field 7 days a week, and it's like it's my time.
Yeah,
it's my time to shine."
Yep, and then he's gonna save his wife by putting her head
on the table.
On the table with neck juice, the neck juice stuff.
Yep.
And then he's
secret
gonna
serum. The secret serum.
The secret sauce.
Yes.
And then he's going window shopping for a new wife. He's like, I like her body, but I don't like her hands.
Right. Like, okay,
so maybe I could get her hands, her body, or if I could get that on layaway.
Okay, now that one's too tall. That one's too short. So now
I like this one's butt.
Swipe left.
It's like the 50s version of Tinder.
Alright, it's just like, just shopping in a catalog,
And he's going all these brothels and shit, and he's just like...
Flip.
I love that. It's like it's original. It's like it's from the 50s. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's got a lot of good gore, and it's got a lot of craziness. Like he's got the monster in the closet.
Yeah, because who doesn't have one of those hanging about the house? Just that one closet we don't go to.
Yeah, and it's like
don't.
Don't.
We'll slide it under the door. Here's some food. There you go. But don't open it.
That reminds me of that guy from the Goonies, Sloth.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Oh man.
That's what I was thinking when he's like got it behind the door. I remember Richard Donner got the idea for that from this movie.
Yeah, from this. Yeah.
I think a lot of newer movies, like from our generation, from the 80s and 90s, got a lot of inspiration from the 50s.
Of course, because there are only so many ideas. What we can come up with is finite.
Yeah.
At a certain point in time, and it's always good to play homage to the beginning.
Yeah.
Like take some of those elements and like put your spin on it.
Exactly.
That's the shows of a good writer, a good filmmaker, because there's nothing new under the sun. That's what I want to say.
Exactly.
So
kind of like Frank Henlotter, the guy who did like Basket Case and other movies that in the early 90s he did a movie called Frankenhooker. I forget the name of the director of this movie, but the director of this movie was friends with Frank Henlotter. And when Frank Henlotter was doing Frankenhooker, the guy directed this movie went up and said, "So, you're ripping off my movie, aren't you?" It's pretty much the same movie. The only difference is, in Frankenhooker, he accidentally runs over his wife with a lawnmower, and she's all in shreds.
So it's more of a puzzle piece.
Yeah, he's doing a jigsaw puzzle. It's like he's doing a jigsaw puzzle, and he's going around, and he can't kill these women, so he invents this super crack, and they smoke it and they die.
Huh.
So he can't handle the idea of actually
physical part, the physical aspect of murder. So
it's like, I just give him a drug.
Yeah, here you go.
Here's some super crack.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yep, pretty much. That's what it's so funny to me. It's like I love that movie. And then when he finally makes the Frankenhooker, it's this chick. She's running around like a robot like this, and she's like, "Anybody want a date? Anybody want a date?"
Anybody want a date? That's funny. Okay.
And she's all stitched together, and she got the Frankenstein bolts in her neck, and she got the weird hair. And just running around doing that. It's so funny. But so this movie is pretty much Frankenhooker pays homage to this movie because it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Just with a little bit of humor aspect and more gore because
Yeah.
That's what we want.
We want it
We
because
want more gore.
In the 80s, everything was about excess.
Of course, yeah.
Cocaine, big hair, heavy metal music.
We were desensitized, so we needed more of that oomph.
Yeah, we were at war with Russia, and everybody was worried the bomb was going to drop.
Yeah, the Cold War? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember everybody, when I was a kid, they're all talking about nuclear war and all this stuff, and how it was pretty much going to happen, and we had to accept it.
You just have to accept. You have to lay down and take it.
Yeah.
Or go under your desk.
Yeah, duck and cover.
Duck and cover right in your desk.
You can survive a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
Underneath a school desk. You can survive a tornado attack.
Right. Now, if you like Indy and you get inside a refrigerator lined with lead, theoretically you could survive.
Yeah.
But you know, that's more movie magic.
It's more, yeah, it's really magic because you can survive like the radiation part. I don't know if you can survive being thrust through the air
Yeah.
by the blast of the nuclear bomb.
And then like
Roll around on the floor.
smacking, like going real fast and then stopping immediately. That'll do you in.
Yeah, but
That'll do
then
you in.
you don't want to talk about logistics with Indiana Jones movies.
No. You
That's
can't.
why I think about this generation, like, they go on the internet, they got these on-check critics who sit down on the internet and go, this movie's illogical because this happened, this happened.
Well, obviously. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. What do you expect? The suspension of disbelief is why I'm the best person to watch movies with.
Me
Because
too.
I'm not going to, like, pick it apart right there.
No.
Later, I may, you know, that didn't make no sense. But, like, during the actual viewing, I'm just going to enjoy myself.
Yeah, that's what
You
you do. Eat popcorn, just sit there and enjoy the movie, enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
You don't just sit there and argue about, well, why is he wearing that shirt this scene but not this
Now,
scene?
where's their continuity? Or why doesn't the logic make sense? Or, you know,
Yeah.
how is this guy getting missed by all these bullets? But, like, he's perfectly hitting all his shots. But you have, like, automatic guns, like, you know.
Yeah, no, like,
You gotta just leave you gotta leave that belief at the door and just sit down and turn your brain off. Like,
yeah.
like the Lord intended. Just turn your brain off and just watch it, enjoy it, and then critique it later. As
Exactly.
you talk about it to your friends.
I know,
Or to yourself in the mirror, as I do from time to time.
That's why I was always funny. People take movies so seriously. That's why all the phone numbers are 555.
Right.
Because they don't want somebody like calling Indiana Jones or like.
Right. I remember reading something about how there was a Hollywood rule to where it had to be 555. Like to where I'm like, no, just make up some random string of numbers.
Yeah,
Do
but-
7. What's the number? 7. You press 7, you call.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, like speed dial.
Exactly. Like it's only
6753099.
oh, because that'll always get stuck in your head.
That gets stuck in your head because my little sister's named Jennifer. And she always tease her with that. Good tackle. 6753099.
Yes.
Yeah. We're having fun with this one. We're having fun with this one. I'm enjoying this movie.
Yeah, man, it's really good. It's very well done, and just some of the acting.
I don't know. Wait till you see the monster in the closet at the end. You're gonna love that.
Oh, you guys are gonna love that.
Oh no, this is gonna be great. Alright, so I think we're gonna walk around the one out a little bit more.
Beautiful Rancho Bowl.
Beautiful ranch. Well, do a white shot, Steven. We'll go around here. Check this place out.
Yes.
Isn't it beautiful?
Great place to take your kids and encounter a ghost.
Yeah.
It's like, take 2 checks off your list.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Scratch that out for your bucket list.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw
Meet
a
the
ghost.
Yes.
Alright.
Bowling with an apparition.
is-
Right here at Rancho Bowl.
And the ghost got a strike.
You'd be hard pressed to beat this guy, let me tell you.
He got the perfect score.
He had that spin on it to where it like curves and then goes straight down the middle. I don't know. I asked him how he did it, and all I heard was a and I was like, oh,
Oh, okay.
let me write that down.
Oh, so
Let me
you
get
did
that
that.
down real quick.
Alright. Get back to the movie.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't.
So violent, it almost...
Well, that was the end of the show, guys. Hope you enjoyed Brain That Wouldn't Die. The grindhouse exploitation classic about a man trying to save his fiancée by killing other women.
Kill a body.
And this is always Wade, the manager of Rancho Bowl, who's gracious to let us film here.
We're happy to have you guys.
Awesome.
So right now we're ground zero. We're front and center right here in Rancho's bar,
Yes.
where all the fun happens. If you come here on a Friday or Saturday night, you wouldn't be able to stand right here. It'd be just packed with people. A lot of cool stuff happens here, like the Sunshine Poker League.
Yes, Sunshine. That's how I know Rancho
Yeah,
Bowl.
Tuesdays and Sundays, and a little bit about Donnie Sunshine. He's got a cool story.
Yeah.
He moved from the East Coast, and he wanted to come to where the sunshine was because he always thought of California as sunshine. And anybody that's met Donnie knows that he's like a ray of sunshine. That
He
guy
is a positive
He is the most positive, wonderful
person.
person. He's just, I've never heard a weird or like a bad word come out of his mouth. He's just always in a good mood. He's always got the most optimistic thing to say. And he's really built up a cool following of people that come here and they sit. This whole room is full of poker players.
Oh yeah.
And what do? They play for chips and then they can qualify for a trip to
qualify for
Vegas.
tournaments to go to Vegas. And they also do some like in-house tournaments as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worth it. If you have a passion for Texas Hold'em, you want to learn how to play Texas Hold'em, or if you just want to come and hang out with a bunch of cool people, like Rancho Bowls where it's at Tuesdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
Tuesdays at 5 p.m.
5, I think, and then
Sundays at like noon.
Yeah.
Sundays at noon.
Yeah. And this room is full. There's probably 30 or 40 people playing poker on these tables right here.
Awesome.
And then there's all the rails full of all the regulars that come in and drink, and there's all the games on, and it's just a cool place to be.
Great place.
Really fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah. The history, like we talked about before, that's, you guys ever heard of Whiskey Row? They tore it down, but this used to be in the 30s and the turn of the century all the way up until I think they tore it down in the 60s. This was on the corner of Broadway and Main right here.
Oh.
And all those were the bars that were in town, the seedy places. And my dad grew up just a couple streets over, and he said this was the funnest place to go when he was a little kid. There'd be all the adults were having fun out there.
Awesome.
Whiskey Row, a little bit of Santa Maria history.
Oh, this is a very historic city. You got a lot of cool stories.
It does.
You were telling me last time you were not much of the cool things that happened when like, the owner built this place back in the 40s.
Yeah, there was nothing here. This was just a big field. It was just fields of agriculture all the way out. And that's Rancho Gardens, and there used to be a restaurant there called Rick's Rancho. And then this was Rancho Bowl, and they were all three connected by an awning, so they could all share the same liquor license. And it was just the end of the 50s. This was the premier place to be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it always, this is pretty much the same. It was called the Rodeo Room. Was the name of the bar. And you see that mirror back there.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's been like that. That was the original logo. The guy getting bucked off the horse.
That's awesome.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of people have been in this room, and it's just kind of cool to have a place where there's history and where. You guys ever been to the San Maria? They say that's on it too.
Yeah.
A lot of people that go there say, "Whoa."
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There's a lot of haunted places
A
around.
lot of haunted places in town.
Yeah.
Good ghosts though.
Yeah.
I don't want any bad ghosts. I'm
No,
only good.
We're all good ghosts. They're all
Yeah.
good ghosts. They're all happy to be.
How could you not be happy if you're a ghost in a bowling alley? You're having fun all the time.
Oh, but the sheep came off by themselves during our show
Yeah.
earlier, and then the pins came down, and they came back up, and I was like, alright.
The ghost knows you're here. He wants to be on film.
So we got that on film.
Yeah.
That.
So tell me a little bit about when you guys come on Thursdays to bowl. It's super cool environment, huh?
Oh, that's great.
And
Is that they play good music?
good music, yeah.
Like oldies from like the 50s,
Yeah.
60s. Everybody, they have like the senior citizens going in their league and
Yeah.
doing all things with my group.
The cool thing is they used to not allow music. And I always thought that was a bad idea that they weren't playing music. It just seemed like a really dead feeling in the room. So I asked around, I said, what kind of music do you like when you liked music? So that started getting a list going of what the artists that they like were, and I go, I can make a playlist. And they just dug farther back in the playlist, the decades, and started putting songs down that they like. And pretty soon you see all these senior citizens, they're dancing like this. And now we turned the volume up a little bit, and before you know it, we got a party going in here. And it's just, I told you guys about last time, there's a lady named Grace Malloy that's 99 years old that still bowls, and she's an incredible bowler.
Wow. So you never quit.
It's the fountain of youth.
Yeah.
So if you keep doing this activity, you're going to live a lot longer. So bowling's good for you.
That's so cool.
Yeah. She's about to celebrate her 100th birthday.
Wow.
And I'm thinking we're going to throw her a party here.
Yeah.
Do that.
And get like a lot of people to come to it and just have like a cake for her. And
That'd
she's
be awesome.
the sweetest lady ever. She makes me sugar cookies.
Aw.
She brings me in these
That's
little...
adorable.
Yeah.
That is adorable.
99 and she's still baking.
Still baking.
Still baking.
And bowling.
Yeah,
Oh,
bowling.
man.
I mean, you should see this lady bowl. She can't see very well, so her partner tells her what pins are left on her second shot, and she can hit them. Just knowing where the seventh
Just
pin is, she
knowing
just
where the-
knows
Wow.
how to pick that pin up, and she's an amazing, amazing bowler.
Wow. We gotta interview her sometime.
Yeah,
We
we
should
should.
learn stuff.
On Thursday, let's do it one time because she's here at the same time you are,
Okay.
and that she's just down that way in the house.
Come
But
find
there's
me.
a couple really cool older people that are just they give senior citizenship a good name. They look like they're having fun. They're still really active.
I guess the thing about senior citizens, they got bad rap from the media or everything. They're all old fogies.
This is the generation that invented rock and roll now. What we're seeing as our
What
senior
we're seeing
citizens.
now, they still got some kick left.
Yeah, they got some kick
They
left.
ain't going out without a fight.
No.
They ain't going down.
It's like an urban legend about the grandma with a gun.
Yeah.
There was this one where like this story is urban legend where like this old lady was like going shopping and she saw a bunch of guys get into a car that looked like hers and she thought they were still in her car. So she pulls out a gun and then gets them to get out and then she gets in her car and the key won't work. And she's like, holy crap. And,
I just saw
here.
That's scary.
and then she goes to the police station and the four guys who she put the gun on at the police station subscribing. It's not true, but it's one of the urban myths.
Could be.
Because like, when you think about that, it's like old people like they get rep for being like old fogies.
Yeah, no, they're not.
No, they are hardcore.
If you take care of yourself in your youth,
Yeah. You're going to last a lot longer.
you're gonna last a lot longer.
Exactly.
All day.
Yeah. So stay away from things that make you age.
Yeah, and you know what? If you don't use it, you lose it. So that's this older guy told me that the other day. I go, what's your secret to longevity? He said, you got to never quit using it or you'll lose it. So you got to stay active. You never quit walking, never quit exercising a little bit. And as soon as you isolate yourself and go and just sit down on a chair, you're way closer to stop. You know, you're not going to keep living.
Exactly. That's why we do this.
And it's the mentality.
It is. That's
You don't-
exactly
if
what
you
it is. It's your
don't-
mindset.
If I don't feel old up here,
Yeah,
my body's not.
my body's
like
going to fall.
It's all in you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you try to respect you back yourself.
Yeah, because like basically you're a brain and you're inside of a mech suit.
Yeah.
You got like skin and muscle and nerves. This is all just a suit for your brain.
Just a suit for your brain.
A little you up top, just
Yeah.
like pulling the lever back and forth.
Like on Men in Black, there's this little alien inside
Yeah,
of
open
it.
I don't think about it. I don't think about it. I think about it like my brain is like this thing's floating in here,
Yeah,
and this is all just tissue and nerves.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just a temporary vehicle for us.
Yep.
yeah. The signals are coming in from the top, and you know, tell your body what to do.
So I don't know if you guys ever see on Thursdays, there's this new kid that's been coming around that's really exciting. His name's Sebastian Improvan.
Ooh.
Bass Man. He's 8 years old, and he is on a tear. He's in our junior bowling program. He's about this tall. He's got the most beautiful form. His arm comes up, and he's just great footwork. He just started bowling a while ago. His dad built him a lane in their backyard, like an outdoor lane. Just because he wouldn't quit. He just always talked about bowling. He wanted to bowl, 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 bowl. So we got him set up, and he's out there, and his dad resets the pins for him and sends the ball back down a ramp. And this kid loves bowling more than all the people in here combined. It's like he comes in almost every day and with his dad, and he wants to get better and get better.
Passion.
So we had a party the other night. His dad works at a place called Ernie Ball. Have you ever heard of that? It's a guitar company. His dad came in and they have their company party for Ernie Ball, and he brings his son with him. And his personal best score was 126 earlier that week. So I gave him a 125 pin. And then he got a 136 like 3 days later. And now he's creeping up on the 150 milestone. He wants a pin for the 150 game.
Yeah.
For which for an 8-year-old is an amazing score.
That's awesome.
And he breaks the record that night at the thing, and I happen to have on staff, I have the guitar company. I said, if you guys come, I want you to bring an electric guitar and an amp, and I want to like shock the building with a guitar solo. Not me, I want them. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
So I want someone to really rip out a good rock song and play this guitar. And so during our league, during the music off, I said, all right, we've got a solo guitar guy that's going to play for us right. The whole crowd went crazy. And then when this kid broke his record, he got a 159 finally. So he beat his record at like 23 points. I announced his name, announced his honor score, and then the guy broke into a Black Sabbath riff and started playing this really cool Black Sabbath song on the thing, and the whole crowd was just going crazy, and the little kid was just in heaven. He's the champion of the world!
Best day of my life.
Yeah.
And when I watch these two ends of the spectrum, like a Grace Malloy who's 99, and a Bass who's 8 years old, it just proves that this is the most flexible sport there is. Like any skill level, age group, you don't have to be good to enjoy it. There's very few things in life that you don't have to be good at to enjoy.
Yeah, that's true.
Bowling is one of them. And this kid is he's got so much love for this game, and I'm watching her over here, and this little kid, 8 years old over here, and just the whole room is just full of just happiness. I'm pretty sure that's why the ghost hangs out here.
Oh yeah. All that positive energy.
All this positive energy and all the laughter.
Yeah.
You guys ever come in here and you like watch from my perspective at the desk? I love this job because I just look around and there's families and friends just hooping it up and having fun, and everybody's giggling, and a bad shot's just as good as a good shot. And you just watch people go out here, they have great fun here. And I think that the energy that's trapped in this room is really positive. And there's just way more positive stuff that happens here than there is negative. Once in a while, a weird person will come in and be kind of mean, but for the most part, there's nothing but love in this building. So
No, I never seen a fight or anything.
no. Well, late night, sometimes in here when people drink too much, there's a little scuffle.
Oh, yeah.
Out in the bowling alley, there's very few times when you see an unhappy person because it's everyone's here giggling and having
Everyone's
fun.
having a good time.
So that's my theory of why this ghost hangs out here. Is because
You get love the energy.
you get love, you get love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a cool place to be.
Alright. So, you want to wrap it up?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Well, again, Wade, thank you for allowing
Hey, it was a pleasure having you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, Wade,
like,
for everything.
Anytime, you guys are always welcome at Rancho Bowl, and we're happy to have you guys.
We're happy to have you.
We're happy that
What
you're
movie are you
here.
gonna do this time?
Like, we're happy
The
that
brain
you're
that
here.
wouldn't die.
Sorry.
The brain that wouldn't die.
The brain that wouldn't die.
Brain that wouldn't die.
I'm the opposite of that. I'm the brain that died.
Alright.
All right, you guys. Anytime, just call me back when you guys want to do it again.
Alright, we will.
Thank you very much. It's good to meet you.
Stay spooky, y'all.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Thank you.
Alright. Also wanted to give a shout out to for the Vortex, the TV channel online that showcases Midnight Chillers and Thriller TV for us. And give a shout out to Sluggo, Prince Executioner, Cerberus, Dr. Evil Toad, Molly K, Pepper Potts, Surviving Death, all the cool people out there at the Vortex who play our shows and give us all the love and support. Thank you. Thank you to Wade for Rancho Bowl. Thank you for my new co-host, Laura Nathan. And thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.